So in this video, I want to take a quick look at this very cool notebook. This is the Alwych all-weather book from this company called Alwych, based in Scotland. It's not a notebook you would normally see here in New York, so I bought it directly from the company. Just on a side note, I know I don't look at a lot of paper products here on the channel, but that's easy enough to change. If there is interest, just let me know. So on the model, this is called the Alwych Book A68-144. It's 8 inches by 5 inches, or 203 millimeters by 127 millimeters. It's 44 leaves, which means it's 288 pages. I don't know the paper weight. The company doesn't say, but it's I would say a medium to medium heavy-ish paper. I bought it in the lined version. It's also available in I believe a planner and a few different versions. Some are thinner, and there's a bunch of different sizes that are smaller if you want to get something, I don't know, like an A5 or something a little smaller. And there's an index version. There's a few other ones. The company's been making these notebooks, or notebooks like this, for about 100 years, and they're distinctive for the, obviously the interesting name, this gold writing on the cover, the Alwych cover, which is this, the all-weather cover, which is this plasticized paper. At least I think it's plasticized paper, but as it gets older, it starts to pick up these creases just from general use, and it starts to look like a really cool leather product. It's not leather. It's like a thick oak tag type material. They say these have gone in the past on mountaineering trips and good for use with golfers and bikers and gardeners and Antarctic explorers, so it should stand up for my day-to-day use. Other notable features are, aside from the all-weather cover and the gold, is this blue on the side, very cool. It has rounded corners, which is nice, so you don't poke yourself or put it through a bag, something like that. The sections are sewn together, so if one section blows out, the other one will maintain their integrity. You can see each of the little sections there, individually sewn into the binding. And then faint ruled pages printed on light cream paper. I don't know if that's actually a feature, that's just how it looks. They use a lighter lining than some other companies, but not a huge deal there. And again, that blue is quite cool. Very distinctive if you have to grab it in a notebook. And then the big thing is how this cover will break in over time. I'm really looking forward to seeing how that happens. I'm not gonna expedite the process though. This is not a notebook you generally find in New York, so I bought it directly from the company. They sell for, in this size, 10 pounds and 70, which after shipping, which was an additional 6 pounds, cost me 16 pounds or about 21 USD, which is not cheap, but not gonna put you in the poorhouse, considering it is a good size. Opening it up, again, lined, nice size. There are a lot of smaller sizes available. I thought this would be good for kind of just day-to-day use in a professional setting. I could see next time going a little bit smaller, but I'm not sure if this is a notebook I would buy in a pocketable size. I have a lot of solutions like that, mainly the field notes type notebooks. For size reference, here is a Energel alloy. Here's a Sharpie, always good references. Let's see what else I have lying around. And here is a pencil, Kurutoga. So definitely not the smallest notebook out there, but I do like this size, and I figured if I was going to import one, I would get something a little bit larger and have it last a little bit longer. The outer sides, or the outsides, or the covers, I guess is the technical term, also have the blue line. You can barely make it out there. They are pretty thick, kind of like an oak tag material. I don't want to bend it up and test out how it works, but I feel good about how these will hold up. The insides of this are not all-weather paper. They're just standard paper. They are, I would say, you know, if 1 was not at all smooth and 10 was maximum smooth, I would give them like an 8. Like a Nemocene and some of those others. Tomo River, that would be in the 9 or 10 range. I would give this one about an 8. And again, the company does not say how heavy the paper is, but it is, I'd say, medium heavy. Again, like an 8, maybe 8.5. I wrote on this with some heavier inks, so pens that put down a lot of ink. And some examples of that are the Kaweco Double Broad, it's a fountain pen, Schmidt 8120, again a thick 1.0 millimeter gel, and so on. And then I went down to kind of standard things you'd write with. That's a G2 0.7 millimeter, Juice Up 0.4 millimeter, and then an Inkjoy. And that's a 1.0 millimeter, but it's a ballpoint, which tends to sit on the paper more than it would sink into the paper. And again, this has 288 pages. So I just wanted to take a quick look at if you're going to be able to write on the back. And here's the results. Basically, with the heavier fountain pen, even that Schmidt, you're definitely not going to be able to write on the back. This is the Pilot G2 0.7 millimeter. That one, I'd say borderline. And then with the 0.7 millimeter, should be okay. And the ballpoint should be okay. So keep that in mind if you want to make use of all the pages. Here's it with it lifted with the light, but once it's down on the paper, not as big of a deal. Take a look at the binding there. You can see the stitching, which is very nice. And that is about it. I did want to point out that it comes with this little information sheet. This comes out, but if you want to know anything else about it without going to their website, you can look at it here. Just pause it. Got all your details there, and there you see Glasgow, Scotland. And this obviously comes out, this sheet, this one here, but this is printed onto the cover, and it's the same information. I guess they wanted to sneak in a little advertisement for their other sizes. Not quite sure why they did this. It's such a classy, nice product, and again, the company's been around for 100 years. I'm not really sure why they would sneak this in there. This could be useful for some conversions or some measurements, or just like generally interesting things. The company has a really nice, classy website, so printing one of their pictures or something like that on here would have been a lot more appropriate than telling you about their other sizes, but or how to reorder. Thanks. But there you go. The back cover does not have anything like that. Just plain as you would expect. On the back cover, sometimes it's nice for them companies to sneak in a pocket. They didn't do that here, but I don't see that as being a major downside. As for the writing experience, I would say this is pretty good. Let's hop in here with a fresh sample. This is a Energel 1.0 millimeter. Little smearing, but that is more, I guess it's a combination of the resistance to ink of the paper and the ink itself. Energels tend to be pretty quick drying, so we didn't see any serious smearing there. And then we could see the Energel doesn't really come through so much on this side. You might be able to write there. And then with it lifted, not terrible. So anyway, there you go. Alwych all-weather notebook. Probably not something you see every day and something that's new to me, so happy to check it out. Thanks for watching.